Low effort parents.
I have court tomorrow for my son's attendance. And here's the thing, I don't give a damn. I do not give a damn. I've been threatened. I've been SARBed, okay? I've been threatened with child protective services. I've had court dates. And here's the thing. I remember because the lady called me from the high school district about 30 minutes ago to remind me of court. And she's talking and she's like, yeah, he has 21 unexcused absences. Unexcused from who?
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Hey y'all, I just wanted to pop in and have a brief conversation about these low effort parents. The internet has just enabled y'all low effort heifers to get on here and tell us how you're low effort when it comes to your children. So you have this mother and she's basically allowing her child to just not go to school. The fact that it's gotten to the point where they're taking you to court, that's how I know it's bad. I do have a soft spot for the kids that can't go to school because of serious medical issues. For instance, the one woman that, Kamala Harris was laughing at, whose daughter suffered from serious medical issues, medical complications where she had to be at the hospital. And I'm going to juxtapose that situation with this. So with that mother, she got the proper documentation. She was taking her daughter to the hospital. Her daughter's medical issues were well documented. And so for them to go after her was completely uncalled for and disgusting, as opposed to this mom who thinks that just because she says, my kids doesn't have to go in, that it's perfectly fine for your child to not have an education. Because I highly doubt she's doing the work at home. I highly doubt it. She's too busy brushing her eyelashes. I highly doubt that she is taking the time to fill in the gaps if her child is missing school so frequently. You have to understand, this is the very reason why most people are illiterate. This is the very reason why most people are as dumb as a box of rocks, because they were raised by low effort parents that didn't give a damn about their education.
I'm the one that told him, you can stay home. See, here's the thing. My son gets migraine headaches. And every time he gets a migraine headache, I know how I feel when I have a migraine headache. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to be in the light. I don't want to do any of that. So why the fuck would I make him do it?
And see, here's the other part. Just because you don't feel well doesn't mean that you still don't have to work. Like, tell me you're on Section 8 without telling me you're on Section 8 and somebody else is footing the bill. Because look, when these bills are billing, I don't care how tired I am. I get my ass up and I work. Grown folks that actually have to do grown folk things and don't have somebody footing the bill for them, they don't have the luxury of, well, I just don't feel like it, so I'm not gonna go. I've gotten migraines before. I understand there's a spectrum on how migraines can feel. I'm sorry. Sometimes your son should just have to push through it. I'm sorry. Just because you don't feel well doesn't mean that you don't have to take care of your responsibilities. You're teaching your son to not be responsible. You're teaching your son not to sacrifice. You're teaching your son to be a loser. And best believe, if her child can barely function, can barely do math, can barely read, is behind, she's gonna be on here talking about the teachers. Oh my God, these teachers, they're doing a terrible job. These teachers. No, heifer, it's you. Because you didn't even bring them to the teachers. You didn't even make sure your child was in the room so the teachers could do what the teachers are supposed to do, which is teach your child. I understand how terrible migraines are, but guess what? You still gotta do what you gotta do.
So he's excused to stay home because I said so. Number 2, are y'all gonna pay for me to take the day off? No, the fuck you're not. And like I told her on the phone, I'm not taking him in every time there's this and that. Well, you can go ahead and get a note and if I feel like it.
And again, I want to juxtapose this to the mother that was attacked by Kamala Harris over there in California, where her daughter needed to go to the hospital and she had all of the medical documentation needed to show that she's not just missing school just to miss school. I want you guys to keep that in mind. If his migraines are that bad where he can't go to school this often, you need medical documentation for it. If these migraines are so bad, why aren't you taking him to the doctor to get them checked out? That should be a cause for concern. If it's really that bad, tell me you're a low effort parent without telling me you're a low effort parent.
Maybe next time I'm there. Listen, I've been doing these things for a long time. I've been doing this shit for a long time. I've been in the game for a long time. Okay, I have 9 kids. My oldest is 27 years old, and every single one of my kids, except for the ones still in high school, have graduated high school.
And here's the thing. The bar is all the way in hell for graduating high school. Let's be so for real here. Saying that you graduated from high school, it barely means anything these days because they're just pushing the kids through. You will have kids that can't tell you that there are 50 states in the United States of America, but they got pushed through high school. You will have some kids that can't even tell you what 3 times 3 times 3 is. But guess what? They've graduated high school. So saying, well, they graduated, that don't mean anything, honey, if your kids are slow. Now, I don't know this woman. I don't know all 9 of her children, but seeing how she's behaving, if they behave anything like her, lets me know they're dumb as a box of rocks. And it's her fault. At least for the formative years. Now, once you get grown, you can choose to educate yourself. You can choose not to go down that route. If you came from this type of household, why you might be slow? Because your mama's slow. Over here brushing these eyelashes. This looks insane. This looks insane the way she's brushing these ugly ass eyelashes. It's sad. No wonder the kids are not all right. It's because they have low effort parents like this who just let them go out into the world willy-nilly without making sure that they're meeting any type of standards. You have kids going into kindergarten that don't even know their name or how to spell it. They don't know their name when they see it written down somewhere. That's what I mean when I say they don't know their name. Yeah, they know their name when you say it to them, but written down, they're looking at the letters, they have no idea.
And the first thing that we need to do is address this common misconception that learning starts in kindergarten. Your child is not even allowed to attend school until they turn 5 years old. That means that the learning should have started at home. You have 5 years to teach your child how to write their name. You have 5 years to teach their child their basic letter sounds. You have 5 years to teach your child how to count to 10 or even 20 so that they have some kind of foundation to continue learning when they enter kindergarten. Just because kindergarten starts at 5 does not mean learning starts at 5. Children are getting behind early on and they cannot catch up because they don't have basic foundational skills. Kudos to those kindergarten teachers who are trying to manage those kids that can't even write their name when they come into the classroom. They're starting from square one because you did not set them up for anything better than that. So the work that the kindergarten teachers are doing is your work that you didn't do on top of what they should be learning in kindergarten. And it's causing a cycle of kids just falling more and more behind because a teacher can only pick up so much slack throughout one school year. Learning does not start in kindergarten. Learning starts at your house, and you have 5 years to teach your child basic academic skills.
You have some babies going into kindergarten and their parents haven't even taught them the basics. I'm sorry, your children should know the basic ABCs, 1, 2, 3s by the time they get into kindergarten. They should know their colors. They should know their shapes. This is basic information that your children should know before they get into kindergarten. But obviously parents like this, and I say parents in air quotes, they're too busy brushing their eyelashes to give a damn about educating their child. And it's sad. It's absolutely sad because you set your children up to fail. You're teaching your child that, well, I don't feel like it, so that's a valid reason not to handle your responsibilities. Well, I don't feel like it. Oh, I have a migraine, so I guess I just don't need to worry about my responsibilities. But that type of mentality is not going to serve him as an adult because there are so many instances in life where you just got to push through it. For instance, Justin and I have 2 children. If we all get sick, if the household gets sick, guess what? We still got to get up and take care of those babies. We still got to get up, make sure we monitor if they have a fever. We still got to get up, even if we don't feel like it, even if we have a fever ourselves, we still got to get up because guess what? They are our responsibility. So you are really teaching your child not to be a responsible adult. But this is just a prime example of a low effort parent. But y'all, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this whole video? Do you agree with me where it's like, yeah, this broad is insane? They definitely need to investigate, and I wouldn't be surprised if the rest of her kids are slow. Or do you disagree with me where it's like, no, it's her kid. She can decide when the child gets educated or not, and who they gonna check? They ain't gonna check her. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed down to the algorithm. Also, hype the video if that function is available. If you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.